Are we on?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Fiona and welcome to Ye Olde News. Today we are going back to the time of the Spanish Armada to find out Philip II's brilliant plan and how it led to its disastrous demise. So, let's go to our field reporter. Jodi, can you hear us?
Hello, I'm Jodi Williams, reporter from the origin and place of the Spanish Armada. I'm reporting from Cadiz Harbour, where the Spanish Armada was built and perfected. Was the plan itself perfect, you may ask? Well, far from it. Here we're going to interview a man who needs no introduction. Here's Philip II.
What do you want, you peasant?
I beg your pardon, but we're here on the purpose of interviewing you, your Grace.
I see. So, what do you want to ask?
Why would you even dream of attacking an old ally such as England? After all, didn't Mary's grandfather make an allegiance with yourself?
What? An ally? Those...
Beep, 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 beep.
Excuse me, your Grace, but this is rated a PG.
Well, excuse my Spanish. One of the reasons I attacked was because of that Elizabeth woman.
Excuse you, that's Queen Elizabeth to you, loser.
Ow, you she-witch.
Are you all right, Your Majesty?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Well, anyway, she refused my hand in marriage.
Oh yes, look what the camera's caught.
Hey, Elizabeth, over here.
What's King Philip II of Spain?
Okay, can I ask you something?
Okay.
Will you marry me?
Sorry, but I'm already married to my country, so, sorry.
Anyway, she sent some puny English soldiers to help the Dutch fight my Spanish troops in the Netherlands, that traitor. And finally, I wanted to change England back to the rightful religion, Catholicism.
Whoa, strong words. Okay, I have another question, if that's alright with you, Your Majesty. Anyway, what was your original plan for the Spanish Armada?
Well, originally the Spanish Armada would leave Spain and go to the Netherlands, where 30,000 troops would be collected, ready to battle. Then we would land the troops in Kent. We guessed around 25,000 English Catholics would join my army, which would help us capture London. And then, finally, we would replace Elizabeth and England would be restored to Catholic.
Wow. Well, anyway, now we'll find out what problems were from our historian. Over to you,
Thank
Rebekah.
you, Jodi. Well, having a look around, I have found there's 5 main problems. The first was in 1587. Whilst the Armada was preparing, Sir Francis Drake sailed a small fleet of ships called Hell-burners into Cadiz Harbour and burned many of the ships, including the boats that were carrying barrels for food and drink. Philip quickly replaced the ships, but many of the stores had to contribute for new barrels. This was the second problem. The barrels were made of wood, which was not dried out, and the food would turn bad. The third problem was that the Spanish did not have a satisfactory plan to get the soldiers from the Netherlands across to England. The Spanish didn't have a good port use. Problem 4 was in February 1588. The admiral who was supposed to command the Armada died, and Philip chose the Duke of Medina Sidonia to take over. However, the Duke did not want to take the job as sailing made him seasick. The final problem was in April 1588 when the Armada set sail. It ran into a dreadful storm and blew the ships off course. The wind was known as the Protestant wind. Now let's find out more about Sir Francis Drake and Elizabeth I. Back to you, Jodi.
Thank you, Rebekah. We have some unfortunate news. Jodi can't be here today because she's decided to go sailing on the Spanish Armada. Not a good idea. Now let's go and meet the one and only Queen Elizabeth I.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Would you mind if I asked you some questions?
Make it snappy.
It has been known that you delivered a fascinating speech to the English Army in Hungary, which was thought to encourage them to fight harder. Is this true?
Yes, it is true. I have memorized it. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
I know I have the body of a weak and feeble beautiful woman, but I have the heart of a king, and of the King of England, of course, too.
One more question, then I will leave you, Your Grace. Why is it that you refused Philip's hand in marriage? After all, it is one of the reasons why Philip II attacked England.
Well, I've done it for my people and our religion, because, after all, I am married to my country. I also want to be known as the Virgin Queen, because I would like to be worshipped as Mary, the Mother of God, was.
Thank you. Do you know where Sir Francis Drake may be at this time?
Yes, would you like me to take you there?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Welcome back. I am here with Sir Francis Drake. May I just say thank you to Elizabeth for bringing me here. So, sir, may I ask you some questions?
Of course, after all, I was the one who set the Armada on fire.
Well, there's a saying that you burnt the fleets of ships. Do you know the saying?
Yes, I've heard of it several times. It goes along the lines of, I singed the king's beard. I think this means that since I burnt the ship so close to Spain, it was a big risk to myself being caught, and it was also a big humiliation to him.
Okay, we have one last question. How did setting fire to the Armada help the English win the battle?
Well, it delayed the Spanish by 1 year and burnt all the food and drink they prepared. Also, it brought panic and a bit of fear to the Spanish.
Thank you for your time, Francis. Let's go to the studio. Back to you, Fiona. Thank you, Fiona. Now, to conclude what we have discussed today on Ye Olde News. In conclusion, we believe there are many reasons as to why the Armada failed. But however, the main reason is the doings of Sir Francis Drake. We believe this because if Sir Francis Drake had not sent the hell burners, the Armada would have not been held back a year, consequently meaning that they wouldn't have come across the storm. This would result us being in the Spanish Empire. That's all for today.